Good evening, everyone. Can you please turn on your cameras? Students, can you please turn on your cameras? Am I audible? Tejashri, you have raised your hand. Do you want to ask something? Aishwarya, Maurya, Nitesh, anybody? Are you all present in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have attended last two classes also? So today I wanted to ask you something about last two classes. Have you all attended, I think, last two classes? I think I should take the name and then ask the question, because without taking your name, you all will not ask and you will not turn on your camera, right? There are only 6, 7, 8 students till now have joined, and it's already 6:10. So, Tejashri, why have you raised your hand? Ask if you want to ask anything, otherwise lower your hand. So I want to ask, what is financial planning? Because the first unit was almost about to complete, or it was completed in last lecture only. So can anybody tell me what is financial planning? Anyone? Tejashri, lower your hand, beta. Anybody? I'm asking something. What do you understand by financial planning? Are you all present in the class? Because class should be interactive, right? It should be two-way communication, not only one-way communication.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, your voice is breaking and
Okay.
it's not clear. That's the reason we can't hear
Wait,
you.
wait a second. Beta.
Yeah, sure.
Leave it open for some time. Hello.
You have to plan. You have to plan out whatever you are doing, like the smallest thing of your life or
Yeah.
anything. You just have
Yeah.
to plan out. And when
Y-
financial planning comes into matter, it means like how are you planning to spend your money or you save your money.
Yeah. And when it comes to personal financial planning, that means an individual is working on his life goals to whatever money he's earning or she is earning, how effectively or efficiently he can spend, right? So
Yes,
there is one more important topic, investment planning, which comes under the financial planning. Like financial planning, what we have seen in financial planning, what are the basic things we have seen? Where will we plan?
like how will we spend our money and
Yeah, it is. But the thing I am asking, where do we plan, if we are planning for investment or we are planning to achieve our life goals, what options would be available for us to do? Are
I
you
think
getting my point? Like a person, if he wants to achieve something in the life in terms of finances, what planning he will do for like retirement planning, investment planning, wealth creation? These are, I am asking ki, other than these three, what are the other options available where he can go and fulfill his goals and dreams he can plan?
as in investing in stock or
Hmm.
something like that, like
Yeah.
LIC insurance and all,
Ye-
which get after retirement. So a person
Mhm.
can eventually, invest in all those stuff.
Yeah, because after setting your financial goals, what you would do once you have set your financial goals, then next option will be finding out in the market what are the options available where you can go and invest and to fulfill your dream or fulfill your goal, right? So today's topic is all about financial planning. I hope my screen is
Yes, ma'am.
visible. Is okay. So today's topic is investment planning. And what does investment mean? What do you know about investment? In general terms, what does investment mean?
Investing your money so that you can get a good return in future after the period of time or something.
Yeah, exactly. Investment means what if after identify your financial goals, what do you have in your hand and where you can go and invest that money so that in future either you will get a good return on that or either you will build a wealth. Investment is what we are something where we are getting return out of that. Wealth building is what if you are going for the real estate, like you are planning to buy a flat, one or two, so that you can generate future income based on that. Like if you can wait for some time, the price may go up and you can sell it on a good price, that would be also a kind of wealth generation. Or if you can rent it out every month, it will generate your income. So these are the investment planning in which first you identify your financial goals based on your current situation. What do? You build a plan so that you will convert your current money into what which will help you in your uh, future goals. So investment planning, it is the main or core concept or core component of your financial planning, because financial planning is what? Financial planning, you need to plan your investments, you need to check your current status. So without investment, financial planning is nothing. So investment planning, in other terms, we can also call it a financial planning. Financial planning is in some books, when you go and refer some other books, it will be the same term like investment planning and financial planning. Because in financial planning, what is we are doing? We are planning to invest our money into something where we can get a good amount of return. Okay, so this is the step of investment planning. So I think I should go for this slideshow. Yeah, so find when and how you are saving. So first thing, what? How we are saving our money, our expenditures, how we are expend our money during the month salary and all, how much your current expenditures are, how much money you are getting through salary or through like rent or other incomes, and then you have set your goals. Once you set your goals, what you do? You just what? So once you set your goals, what you do? You think and go in the market and check. And the other thing is you also check this risk taking analysis. That means how much risk based on your current situation you can tolerate, because there are different kind of avenues or financial instruments available in the market which has different risks. So you also check risk also first, and then you just create your portfolio. Okay, this much risk I am taking, so I want to go for the government bonds, I want to go for the security market, I want to directly go or indirectly go, I want to go for mutual funds. So there are different options available in the market for investment purpose. But before investing in them, you need to analyze yourself ki how much risk you can take based on your current situation, and then you go for portfolio means, can anybody tell me what does portfolio means? Because you all are finance student, I think you all must know about the portfolios. Kya hota hai? Portfolio is basically a mix of all the assets or all the investment you are investing in. With in a good portfolio always yield you good returns. Portfolio, if you have heard, जो लोग इन्वेस्ट करते हैं शेयर मार्केट में और म्यूचुअल फंड्स में, और इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन म्यूचुअल फंड, तो जो फंड होता है इन दैट ऑल्सो यू सी कि इस फंड का क्या पोर्टफोलियो, दैट मीन्स वेयर हैव दे इन्वेस्टेड. Like you all are finance student and you have understood the one term always, that don't put all your egg in one basket, right? So that means you don't have to put all your money or savings into one side. Like you should not put all your money in the share market or one in the mutual fund market, mutual funds, or in the only FDs or RDs. You should have your portfolio like that. If one in one fund, in one way you are investing in a risk-free asset, then another should be like that. You can go for the share market so that it will balance out your things. Because if you want to check your current status, and if you will go for that balanced, very less risk taker, if you are a very less risk taker person, then you will achieve your goal, but it will take more time. But if you have a balanced portfolio wherein you will have uh, risk, like shares also, mutual funds also, FDs also, that the time taken for your goal achievement will be less. So everyone should think about the portfolio. The portfolio should be in a balanced condition. Now next step is about learn about investment options. Here it is कि कहाँ पे आपके investment options available है. Just like bonds, banks में जाना है, private banks में you want to go for FD, or you want to go for LIC, insurance कराना है तो private में जाना है, you want to go for public sector. And then asset allocation depends on कि okay, I have this much of money, I'll go for bonds, government bonds, I'll go for share market, I'll go for real estate. So there are different avenues, and based on all these steps you can build your portfolio. इसी चीज को देखते हुए you can go for your portfolio. Now there are different benefits of investment planning. Why? Once if we are going for investment planning, obviously we have something in our mind based on which we are doing our investments. So when we go for investment planning, we keep certain goals in our mind. We keep certain things which are like family security. Just like if something will happen to the working, like the working member, earning member of the family, what would be happen to the rest of the family members after he is gone? So based on that thing, first and the foremost thing is family security. Ki how you are securing your family if you are currently here, and after you gone, your family, how will it survive? Because if you are only the one earning member, and if you are gone, then how will your family member will survive? So based on this, the first and foremost things for investment planning keep in mind is family security, where you are investing your money. Just like we go for insurance. So what happens when we go for accidental insurance, or that ULIP and all? Why do we go for insurance, or why do we go for our suppose general insurance like property insurance and car insurance, scooty insurance? Because if something will happen, you can claim for that money. So family security is the most important thing when we go for the investment planning. The second thing is efficiently manage income. Second point is efficiently manage income. That means if we will know how much money we are having based on our current consumption, based on our current expenditure, we can easily identify our current situation, and based on our current situation, we can easily go and invest our money, because that time we will be knowing ki this much money I need to keep it for emergency purpose, this much is extra I am having, so I can go and invest this money in any of the investment available. So if you will not know how much money you have, how much investment you can go for, then you won't be able to manage your income. So for managing income, investment planning is a must thing. Third point is financial understanding. Not everybody is very good in financial understanding, but suppose if you are getting 1 lakh of the salary per month and you are not keeping it in record that how much you are how much expenditure you are having currently, so what will you do? Based on your expenses, if you are writing it down somewhere, or you are tracking down your all the financial expenditure, you can understand how much money in a month uh, you have expenses of that, how much money you are saving in that particular month, and based on that you can go for your investment evaluation that, oh, the last month I have saved 10,000 rupees, this month I am saving 8,000 rupees, that means 2,000 somewhere I am this is the gap, somewhere I am doing extra. So you need, on based on that you can understand your current situation, and based on that you can plan your retirement. Because if you have good understanding of financial statements or financial investment, where you want to invest, where have you invested, how much earnings from that investments you are getting, then it will be easy for you to uh, plan everything accordingly. Now savings, one should invest in those investment where highly liquid. Like suppose uh, today I am getting money, but I have fixed some amount in FD. FD is very liquid. You can, but when you go for FD, suppose you are getting currently you are getting 5.5% interest rate on one annually. So if you are breaking it somewhere in middle, 1% will be charged by banks, and you will ultimately get 4.5% only. So savings, always choose some amount of your money to invest in the liquid funds, or which we on those vehicles which are highly liquid, so that in case of emergency, uh, it can be easily taken out from that investment. So savings is also one more thing where you have to see that the where you are investing your money should be highly liquid, some part of money, not your all money. Now the standard of living also get raised by seeing your current financial situation, because once you create your investment you will get some earning. If you are investing in share market, suppose, and the market is going up and you are getting good amount of return, then what will happen at difficult times also, you will have ample amount of money to survive. So that's how it will raise your standard of living. So for example, if death of any working individual family affects the standard of living, but if he will have, if he had some investment, based on that investment the income must be generated for the family, rest of the family, so that family will not get so much suffered in the sense of financial losses. Now the objectives of investment planning, again, it should be very safe investment. It should not be fraud. It should not like that the money you are putting right now, suppose you are putting 1 lakh of money, and after a certain period of time your money value is decreasing. That means that your money was not safe. You have not invested in a good option. If your money is not generating some income or some amount in future, that uh, it is not giving you good amount of return, that is also not safe. Other than that, if your principal amount which, or your lump sum amount which you are investing currently, it got lost somewhere, because we have seen these things in share market, that the person is investing 10 lakh rupees for 20 lakh rupees, and if the market falls down the money becomes 2 lakh or 3 lakh. So whatever your principal amount was invested, it all got decreased in terms. So the safety should be there, because we are not traders. We are considered in personal financial planning is about an individual. An individual, he earns very hard. A person who is a normal salaried person, he will have problems in the life if he'll you lost this huge amount of money in one go. So the safety of a salaried person, or the safety of that amount should be there. So when you are creating your portfolio, you should see that you are investing in the safe investment vehicles also. And if you want to generate a little bit return as compared to your safe investment, you can go for mutual fund also. You can go for share market also. If somebody is very risk taker, he can go for share market also. Income, in order to generate greater income, we need to invest in higher risk investment vehicles. So first we have talked about safety. That means we should go for our safe investment mode. Another point we should keep in mind, it should be safe, but it should at least generate some amount of money. The money value should increase after some point of time. So if you are risking your money, you are taking high risk and you are putting your money in high risk investment vehicles to get income, then accordingly you must analyze properly. You must evaluate the risk, how much risk currently you are taking. Based on your risk, your return ratio is up to that extent or not. Accordingly, you can invest in your appropriate asset class, in which class you want to go: share market, mutual funds, credit market. There are different. We'll learn about all these things in the later slides. So first things what we should keep in mind is objective while investment planning is the safety. Your money should be safe. If you are putting 1 lakh for 1 year, at least it should generate 4 5. If you are putting for the FD, then it should generate 4 5 thousand extra. It will be, your money will be safe with the bank, and it is generating some amount. Another thing, income. If you want to generate income, if you want to get your higher income from it, you could go for the high risk investments. Now the growth of the capital. Now growth of the capital means if you have invested 1 lakh of the money and it is only 80,000 or 70,000, then it won't give you any kind of capital gain. Capital gain is what? Return. Return what you are getting means the money initially was 1 lakh, and after 1 year, if suppose it is 1 lakh 10,000, the 10,000 money would be your 10,000 money would be your return. 10,000, you have got a return of 10,000 on that 1 lakh money. But suppose you have bought one property, it was of 1 crore rupees flat, but after 1 or 2 years the value of that flat gone to suppose 80 lakh. So the 20 lakh rest, 20 lakh uska jo selling price tha originally when you purchase that flat or security, it was of different amount, but it decreased after some time. So what had happened? The capital gain nahi mila aapko. You have got capital loss. Capital gain means if you have bought that property of this 1 crore and after 2 3 years it is generating like 1.5 crore. So your capital, like the value of your particular principal amount, if we talk about 1 crore rupees, you have got 50% more. But if the value is decreased by the time, that means you have got the capital loss. So return and capital gain and capital loss are different terms. So if your money is safe, have the exact value, because 1 lakh in the FD was 1 lakh 1 year before also, it will be 1 lakh 1 year of also, after 1 year also. But the 10,000 rupees was the generation of the return on that particular amount. But when we go for the securities where the money we have put initially was 10,000 suppose, and it got on now after particular period of time it is only like 8,000, then it was a capital loss, because the money initially we have invested got decreased. Now the tax maximization, some investors keep tax benefits also in their mind when they form their investment strategy, so that to some extent they can get tax benefit also from that particular investments. Now liquidity, again I already told, liquidity means when you have emergency and you want to take out your money easily, you can take it out. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So now different types of investment. Now you answer me one by one if you want to answer, but I'll say you to answer that how many types, or don't just randomly you can say where do you want to invest or what type of investment options or investment vehicles are available in the market. Anybody want to tell? No one? See, it feels like so boring class when you have one-way communication only. At least speak something, ask something, or turn on your camera. Okay, so now there are different types of investment available in the market. So these are very basics kind of. It's fixed deposits which we go and do in the bank. जो बैंक की FDs होती हैं. These are the fixed bonds where we go and buy bonds from the market or government bonds or corporate bonds we buy. Gold, everybody, like if you have seen your mothers, they are always very keen to buy gold so that कि अभी आगे rate बढ़ेगा तो फायदा ही होगा types. Stocks is very volatile, it's very risky, so very few people go for stock market. If they are working in the finance sector or they have very good knowledge of this share market, then only they go for the stock. Normally people don't go for the stocks unless they have very good knowledge of stocks and shares. Now the mutual fund, what is mutual fund? Can anybody tell me? Mutual fund, what is the basic difference between stock and mutual fund? So mutual funds are the pool of money. Again, they are getting invested in stock market only, but on behalf of you, as you are not a very big investor, on behalf of you, some asset management companies, they invest your money in share market, but their portfolio is like that. There will be risk also, but there will be return generation also. So as compared to stock market, your money will be safer in the mutual funds. Now there are public provident funds, PPF accounts जिनको हम बोलते हैं. There are exchange traded funds also. Now national pension scheme, जिसमें government में you are putting up your some amount and they deduct your particular amount, and then when you get 60 years old or 70 years old, your pension amount will give you some pension once you reach a certain age. Now this is real estate. In real estate you buy properties. Now basically we categorized all the instrument in three major types. First is fixed rate investment instruments. What is fixed rate? Fixed rate means wherein we are getting fixed rate means where we are getting a fixed amount like bank FDs. These kind of financial instruments always gives you fixed return over a period of time, and we consider them as a low investment risk because either they are offered by the banks, they are offered by the government. So we consider these bodies as a safer bodies when compared to the stock market. So what is bank fixed deposit? Everybody knows, I think, about bank FD also. What is that? In bank FD, what you do, you put up your some money in bank. Based on that current interest rate, bank will offer you the interest rate which would be more than the savings interest, because savings I think it is only 3% around you will get annually. But if you go for FD, so current rate for different banks are 5.42, it's 6.2 something. But generally, if you go for SBI, you will get 5.5. If you will go for HDFC, you will get 5.8 or 9% of the interest rate. That means once you put your money, suppose I have put my 1 lakh of money in the bank, in the SBI bank, what would happen? I'll fix according to my needs or according to my time duration, I'll fix that amount with the bank. Based on that, bank will offer me some interest rate. Suppose it is offering me 5%. So at the end of 1 year, it is for annually. So at the end of 1 year, my amount would be 1 lakh and 5,000 rupees. my amount would be 1,05,000 rupees. That means this 5,000 was fixed for everybody. It's not कि मुझे दिया है, आज कुछ और हो गया, कल कुछ और हो गया. The date I am doing my FD for 1 year or 2 year or 3 year, my amount would be giving me this fixed amount. Based on this, there are different types of FDs in which you can go for the option wherein you are renewing your principal plus your interest rate. And if you are going for only interest rate, will be interest amount will be credited to your account, and that rupees 1 lakh will be again renew, and it will be again FD on the next year. So more uh, the more time duration you will have for your FD, you will get a good amount of money. Because one more thing I came to know recently, that when you are going for bank FD, suppose you have done FD for the 5% rate, it was last year, but now my what option I have choose, that renew the principal and credit the interest in my account. So what happened, that the 5%, that 5,000 rupees got credited in my account, but then now the interest rate was only 4.9%. So my FD, it would again get renewed on the 4.9%, because the renew date, on that renew date, the interest rate was less. So what happens when we go for bank fixed deposit, the date when we are starting our this particular FD, the principal amount, if it is 1 lakh rupees fixed with the bank for the duration, if you're choosing 1 year on the 5%, then you will get guaranteed 5,000 rupees as your investment, as your return after 1 year. It has a fixed maturity period, so it has a fixed interest rate. So this comes under the fixed rate investment instrument, because the interest rate will be same for everybody and it is fixed for everybody for that particular time duration. Now again, this is public provident fund. Again, it is offered, it is an income saving scheme, and it is offered by the government of India. Under this scheme, what happen, you can again invest your principal amount with the government, and government will pay you interest on that. So PPF का you have one more benefit कि you will get 1,50,000 तक का tax deductible हो जाता है आपका, अगर आपने इतना amount invest किया हुआ है. And this is the USP of PPF. किसी की वजह से mostly people go for PPF, because when we compare the interest rate of FD with the PPF, PPF will generate you little bit like 1% or 1.5% kind of interest more than when compared to the bank fixed deposit. Now the third one is the bonds. Bonds are, these are again fixed income instruments, and they also yield you return at the fixed rate of interest. Suppose the company or government wants money, so it issues the bonds which we take, and that which an investor lends to the issuer of the bonds. These issuer can be corporate firms bhi ho sakte hai, they can be the government of India. They are issuing us the bond, we are giving them money, or because they are using our money, they will give you us some interest, how much amount we are giving them. So they issue the bond to raise funds to finance their operations, or if the company wants to expand their business. So bonds are also one more low risk investment options, because the issuer party is a very renowned party. It's kind of government of India. If you are going for bond for the government of India, so it is sure that you will get your money back, and your bond will give you some interest or return based on your interest rate. Now my slide is visible. Okay, so market linked investment instrument. Now the second category comes is market linked. What does market linked means? Market linked means when there is fluctuation in the market, like in the share market, in the stocks. So when market goes up, the share market also shows some fluctuation, some prices difference in the stocks of the different companies. So what does happen, that your investment, whatever money you're putting, doesn't mean that it will be the same after some period of time. It may go up also, it may go down also. So returns from these instruments are directly related to the market fluctuations, and this is very sensitive movements. Due to the sensitive movements of the market, it is the riskier investment, as we call share market बहुत risky होता है. So it is because it moves second by second. So stocks, the first market linked investment instrument is stocks. So what is stocks? Stocks refers to the equity investment. Equity में शेयर में जो हम पैसा लगा रहे हैं शेयर मार्केट में किसी भी कंपनी में, that means in a indirect way we are buying the company's partial ownership, कि हम भी इस कंपनी के partial owner बन जाते हैं because हमने उस कंपनी का शेयर लिया, that means little bit partially ownership हमारी उसमें हो जाती है. Since the returns are very good when we go for long term investment in the stock market, because if you are buying suppose you are buying for the Tata stocks of the Tata, and the Tata is a growing company, then after some time your your investment amount would grow up, and then for long time after long time you will get a good amount of return on your stock. So it is a riskier also, but in a time it generates a good return also, and it is considered riskiest investment. Yeah, I told you, riskiest investment option compared to the other alternatives. Now the mutual funds. Mutual funds investment is one of the best investment options available in the market right now. Why? Because it gives you the return similar or very less to stock market, but on the other hand, it is not safest. We can't call it safest, but it is safe rather than going directly to the stock market. Because what happens? Suppose there are 10% and everybody wants to invest their money, but they don't have that much of money to go directly to the share market, and they are moderate risk taker ki, how can we take this much risk? I only have 1 lakh rupees, how can I go for the investment in the share market? What happens if my money डूब जाएगा सारा, क्या करेंगे types. So what is the mutual fund? It is a kind of pool. Suppose 10%, suppose you are the 10 students of the class and you pool the 1 lakh rupees. Now you 10 people have 10 lakh rupees in your hand. So what you will do if you are not aware of the share market tactics and how to do, you are not very good in finance education, you are not very good in share market, then what you would do, you will take this 10,000 rupees and you will give it to the fund manager. Now fund manager is a person who is expertise in finance, who has vast experience of the market, who is sitting in a firm, who is having a good amount of experience and investment policy. They made strategies according to the customer's need, and then multiple investors ka money, they will go and invest in the share market. But what they do, they will invest like they have some amount in debt market, some amount they will invest in direct stock market, some they will go for ETFs fund, some they will go for government bonds. So what happened, that your risk get balanced when you are going for different avenues and you are making your portfolio very good. So there are funds. This will be your homework. If you can go and check out on Google, in next class I'll ask that types of mutual fund. Currently, recently SEBI has made the changes in the fund names, also in the fund categories. Before it was like open-ended, close-ended. It is currently also, but the name was different. Now, what would be your you can call it homework, you can call it extra activity, you can call it your assignment, that you go and check what current changes SEBI has done in the mutual funds segregation, that how much money a fund manager can invest in the stock market, how much percentage of the money of a particular fund he can invest in the government bond. So this you all need to do, and I hope everybody will do this, because the way you people are attending the class is not at all. I'm enjoying this class because it's just like one-way communication, and the class should be like that. Everybody should communicate. But if you would do all this mutual funds exercise, what I am giving you, it would be good for your knowledge only. So mutual funds are, there are multiple investors. They will give that money to the fund manager. Fund manager, because he has vast experience, he know the current situation of the market. What he would do, he would go and invest your money in the market. Now, what happens? Suppose that he had bought. You have invested 10 lakh rupees, like, but your money was only 1 lakh. So if in 10 lakh he had like in mutual fund, we always calculate like unit, how many units you are getting, how many, just like in stock market we are getting how number of stocks. So in the mutual fund, based on the NAV, what happens, we always get the units. Units means, suppose you the 10 lakh rupees has invested for 100 units you are getting. So 1 lakh base divide, when you divide that 100 by 10 persons, because 10 persons ने ही वो पैसा दिया था, so you will get 10 units. So आपका 1 lakh का you have 10 units. So once that 10 lakh रुपए will become 20 lakh after a certain period of time. So you have 10 units, but after some deduction, because AMC always charge some amount of like their service charges. So suppose that money's value is 20 lakh, but the 19 lakh will be distributed in all 10 people based on their units. So आपने लगाया था 1 lakh, after certain period of time you will be getting 1 lakh and 90,000. So this is how mutual fund works. So mutual fund का again, mutual fund pool in resources from multiple investors. So multiple investors and invest in various financial instruments including equities. वो कहाँ कहाँ पे invest करते हैं? Equities, debt securities, venture capital, etc. So it is a very good investment option for those investors who don't have required financial knowledge. जिनको finance का इतना knowledge नहीं है, या जो those who don't want to take that much of risk for the market. So what will they do? They invest for the mutual fund. Mutual fund ka, it's mutual fund I'm talking about more because mutual fund is this core essence of this unit, because it has mentioned in your unit, in your syllabus, that you have to see the fine types of mutual fund also, STP, STP, SWP, SIPs वगैरह. You need to do all these things. That's the reason I'm saying go and find out about mutual funds more. Now, investors can leverage the knowledge of professional and experienced fund manager. Now, what happens if you don't have knowledge about in stock market? You are giving your money to the fund manager who is very expert and a professional person who will earn significant return from the mutual fund investment and will give it, distribute to you all people. So investors who don't have enough money, like if I don't have 1 lakh of money right now with me, what I can go, I will go for systematic investment plan. That means SIP, that हजार हर महीने दिया. Just like हम RD करते हैं, तो RD also generates you some interest. In SIP also मैंने 1000 रुपए दिया, बहुत सारे लोगों ने दिया होगा. That much money will be invested. So based on that SIP also I can build up my wealth, कि मैं investment इस तरीके से भी कर सकती हूँ. And the other thing is SIP, any student can start early because इसका amount is very less. आप 500 रुपए से start कर सकते हैं. Most of the SIPs are for 500 rupees also they start. Now there is the National Pension Scheme. It is also a saving scheme administered and regulated by the Pension Fund Regulatory Authority of India. It is a government scheme जहाँ पे you give your money. It pools in the money from numerous investors. When you invest in the National Pension Scheme, what the government do? Government puts all your money. Just like mutual fund mein fund manager is the responsible person, here government will be responsible and it invests your money in numerous investments, and then the investment, based on your investment you will get your interest or return. Based on your investment you will get your return. So this saving scheme is specially designed for building retirement corpus. हमें जब भी building whenever we want to build up for the retirement fund, so what do? We invest our money in National Pension Scheme, where we get regular investment throughout your working life is withdrawn partially at retirement. So we regularly we are investing in that, and once we retire at the age of 60 or 70, we will get a particular amount of money every month, just like the government servants get their pension. So any Indian who is between 18 to 60 years can open an NPS account. Also, this is maturity. You can't take out your money if you are not 60 years of age. So once you have started, you can take out your money. इसकी maturity तभी होगी when you will be of 60 years age. Partial withdrawal also you can drop, but after only 3 years of opening the account. For that means 3 years तक you won't be able to take out the money invested in the national pension scheme. Now the exchange traded funds are again the mutual funds which are already doing very good in the market, again are traded. जो भी हमारा अभी तक का फंड था, म्यूचुअल फंड था, वो जो बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है रिलेटेड टू द बेंचमार्क, देयर आर बेंचमार्क्स आल्सो टू चेक द ग्रोथ ऑफ द म्यूचुअल फंड. सो दे फंड्स आल्सो, मतलब एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड को यू कैन आल्सो से इट फंड ऑफ फंड. वो फंड का भी फंड होता है, एंड यू कैन invest in ETFs where and the funds are also getting traded on the market. So it is marketable security, or all over India, all over country stock exchange पे fund हो रहा है. And if you want, you can go on, and this is another assignment, go and check out some ETFs, because the return from ETFs are very good also. So go for that. Now we have done two types of investments. Now this is the third type of investment which doesn't come under the third category. It is not fixed rate, not market linked investment. That means the third type of category, which is called as alternative investment instrument. That means it doesn't come under the fixed rate, it doesn't come under the market linked investment also. These are the gold and real estate. So gold is, again, its price fluctuate every year, but it is not coming down. By the time passes, it always goes up. So just like in this 1.5 year, we have seen the prices of gold has reached till the 55 or 56,000 per gram per tola. I think tola, what do we call it? उतना तक पहुंचा है. And then real estate, again, also gold is also a low investment risk, and we don't have in India that how much gold we limit that we can't buy this much of gold. People keep putting money in the gold market. Gold, they buy the gold, and now there are gold funds also. Please go and check on Google what are the gold funds, and then day after tomorrow I'll ask what are the gold funds also. And then the real estate, the very this is the thing, like buying property, physical property, you're buying a shop, you're buying a land, you're buying a building. It involves wherein we are the owner of particular thing, then it is giving a good amount of money with a very less risk, but initially it demands so much of money, because if you want to generate income, initially in this first lecture I already told that you want to invest in the real estate, it can generate over the period of time. Maybe you are buying a flat which you will give on rent, it will generate your income every month, or if after 2 or 3 years the prices will go up, and it will be your capital gain also. So this is the investment return across assets classes in India. I have taken it from one of the research paper. So in the 10,010, if you will see there is a comparison of these things, all the investment options available in the market. See, gold, is it visible? Because I think it's, so yeah, what happens when gold is also generating over the 10 periods of time? If you will see this from 2010, from 2010 to 2019, what is happening? That the bank deposit, if you are doing for the 5 years, is you're having 7.7 interest average CAGR, compound annual growth rate. Instead, that 7.9% is given by government bonds. 8.8% is given by corporate bonds. Almost 9% is given by Sensex. And reality sector, it is 15%, and it is also gold is also 8.9%. So these are the safer one, these are the riskier one, and this is alternative one. So based on these things, you can check that the reality real estate market will give you good amount of return after certain period of time. Sensex, this stock market is very volatile. It changes with the market fluctuations, and these are the safest. You can see these are the bonds more or less same. The corporate bonds of the S&P BSE has given a very good amount of return over the period of time. So yes, I think it's all for today, but I want to assign you this mutual fund assignment. So if you all are still present in the class, please go and have a look on mutual fund, search for mutual fund, types of mutual fund, what are the ETFs available, and find out the 5 or maximum maybe 10 funds which are currently in this pandemic doing good and generating good amount of return. So this would be your assignment, and I'll ask day after tomorrow what you would have done.
Okay, ma'am.
So please go and check, because it will only enhance your knowledge, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the way you all are attending class is like, I am just speaking and you all are not even turning on your cameras. So that is why I'm giving you this assignment, to go and check for the mutual funds and 10 funds, at least find it out and check their portfolio, where they have invested and how much return they are generating. Do one thing, what was the return generation for this 1 year, and before that what was, does the pandemic has affected that particular fund? Find out the answers, and I'll ask you day after tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I hope whatever I have taught today is understood.
Yes, ma'am.
So only Ankur is attending my class. All other students are not. So I guess done for today. Okay, bye everybody. Take care.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You all can leave the class, because I think you have another class also. Join another class.